Bruce Lee. Just saying the name sends chills down your spine. Born in San Francisco, raised in Hong Kong, he was destined to shake things up. A martial arts prodigy, a charismatic actor, a philosopher. He exploded onto the scene, challenging everything we thought we knew. Lee wasn't just about fighting. He was a deep thinker, a philosopher of the martial arts. He believed in pushing boundaries and constantly evolving. He created his own style, Jeet Kune Do. It was about self-expression, about being like water. Then Bruce Lee shows up with his lightning-fast moves, his charisma, his sheer intensity, and bam! He blew the doors wide open. Before Bruce Lee, Westerners mostly knew martial arts through the lens of tradition. Think stiff movements, rigid forms, lots of bowing and formality. Enter Bruce Lee, a whirlwind of explosive energy and raw power. He wasn't afraid to bend the rules, to adapt, to innovate. He brought a dynamic, street-smart approach to fighting that resonated with Western audiences. Lee's philosophy of using no way as way turned the martial arts world upside down. He challenged the dogma, the rigid adherence to tradition. He preached adaptability, taking what works from each style and discarding what doesn't. This resonated with a lot of Westerners who were already questioning the status quo in the 60s and 70s. He showed us the beauty of movement, the power of speed and precision. His one-inch punch became legendary, a testament to his understanding of leverage and body mechanics. Suddenly, everyone wanted to move like Bruce, to generate that kind of explosive power. His influence transcended martial arts. It seeped into other areas like self-defense and even fitness training. Let's talk about Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's baby. It wasn't just another style of kung fu. It was a philosophy, a way of life. Bruce called it the style of no style. He was all about breaking down the barriers, taking what worked from different disciplines and making it his own. It was about being adaptable, fluid, like water. He always said, "Be like water, my friend." Jeet Kune Do wasn't about memorizing forms or techniques. It was about understanding the principles of combat, about being present in the moment, about reacting instinctively. It was about self-expression through movement. This resonated with a lot of people, especially in the West, where individualism was highly valued. But Jeet Kune Do wasn't just about fighting. It was a philosophy that extended to all aspects of life. It was about self-discovery, about constantly pushing your limits, about being the best version of yourself. Bruce Lee lived and breathed this philosophy, and it showed in everything he did. He was constantly learning, evolving, pushing himself to the limit. Bruce Lee's cinematic impact. Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial arts master. He was a bona fide movie star. He had undeniable screen presence and out-of-this-world fighting skills. Movies like Enter the Dragon and Fist of Fury became instant classics globally. He challenged stereotypes and broke down barriers with his raw talent. He paved the way for other Asian actors like Jackie Chan and Jet Li. He set a new standard for action cinema, influencing filmmakers to this day. Section 5. Fist of Fury Against Stereotypes. Bruce Lee's cultural influence. Bruce Lee was more than just an entertainer. He was a cultural icon who challenged racial stereotypes and bridged the gap between East and West. He came along at a time when Asian men were often relegated to stereotypical roles in Hollywood: the villains, the sidekicks, the comedic relief. Bruce Lee smashed those stereotypes to pieces. He was a proud Chinese man who refused to be defined by Hollywood's limited view of Asian masculinity. He brought the beauty and power of Asian culture to the forefront, introducing Western audiences to Kung Fu and Eastern philosophy. He was a cultural ambassador, building bridges with his fists and his charisma. His movies often dealt with themes of racial prejudice and social injustice. He wasn't afraid to use his platform to speak out against discrimination. He inspired a generation of Asian Americans to embrace their heritage, to be proud of who they were. He showed the world that Asian men could be strong, intelligent, and charismatic leading men. Section 6. The Dragon's Legacy. Bruce Lee's enduring influence. Bruce Lee's life was tragically cut short, but his legacy continues to inspire and influence people all over the world. He left an undeniable mark on martial arts, film, and even philosophy. He's a legend, a myth, a symbol of what it means to push your limits and strive for greatness. His impact on martial arts is undeniable. He revolutionized the way we think about fighting, emphasizing adaptability, speed, and efficiency. He broke down the barriers between different styles, advocating for a more holistic approach to combat. His philosophy of Jeet Kune Do continues to be studied and practiced by millions worldwide. His movies are still enjoyed by millions, his image still iconic. He paved the way for other Asian actors in Hollywood and changed the way martial arts were portrayed on screen. But more than anything, Bruce Lee left a legacy of self-improvement, of pushing your limits, and of expressing yourself authentically. He taught us to be like water, to adapt, to flow, and to overcome any obstacle in our path.